so that was tier 4 White Fox. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this one. So White Fox is a technically premium character that you used to could get from the Heroic Quest, which was back then it was like 750 crystals just to unlock the character and run through the mission, get the bios, all that stuff. But now it's 1500 total for like a tier 2 White Fox, Wave, and Arachnite. So that basically what it would cost for the Heroic Quest. But for 1500 you can get a tier 2 White Fox. This is her third uniform, which this uniform, the Lifestyle Series 2, has been out for 4 years, I think. But it was paywall, so all free-to-plays did not have the luxury of getting this uniform. They had to kind of work with this one. So she did get out of seasonal hell, got a brand new uniform. All right, and it is really good. Like I said, White Fox is a great support. As you can see, it applies to superheroes, increases all attack by 25%, 10% increase chain hit, and 30% ignore dodge, which is very nice. Very nice. All right. Her tier 2 passive, villain specialist, it applies to allies with leadership. So it applies to like Miles Morales, Sharon Rogers, Luna Snow, Falcon, a lot of characters with the leadership tag. So it increases all resistance by 20%, which is brand new. She still has the increased basic damage dealt to supervillains by 65% and the 30% damage reduction. All right, so she is a support character. All right, and the artifact, I kind of wish it was a support artifact too, but it only gives her a HP recovery. So there's that. And I do have a Mighty Liberation with the PvE roll on it. So like I said, I'm just using it for support. Not going to do nothing crazy about giving her rage or anything like that. So there's that. White Fox is just a basic great support. Great support. All right, so we're going to take her into a couple world bosses. Like I said, there's plenty of characters. Let's see, speed. A lot of speed characters. A lot of supports, especially we have Nick Fury, which is a great support as well. Scarlet Spider, great speed support for speed types, which was at the time really good because Nick Fury, you only had Nick Fury and maybe Mystique. That was like the only speed supports you had in the game. They did miss the mark with Amadeus Cho. With this uniform, they could at least give him a tier 4 because they made him a support as well. There's a few, but like I said, White Fox is pretty much up there as well. So let's go ahead and go into some World Boss content. She can do a pretty good amount of stages for Cull and Ebony Maw. You have from 10 to 14, 20 to 24, 30 to 34, 35 to 39, 40 to 44. And then you have 70 to 74. And that is it for Cull and Ebony Maw. For Thanos, like I said, there's plenty of stages she can do. 45 to 49. We have 20 to 24, 15 to 19, 10 to 14, 70 to 74, and 85 to 89 of Thanos. Black Swan. Once I get that unlocked, I would definitely use her from 60 to 64. 65 to 69. What else she has? 90 to 94. And then the lower stages, you're going to have 45 to 49, 30 to 34, 25 to 29, 20 to 24. Like I said, this character, she's going to be useful for pretty much all the floors. If you do have her unlocked and tier 4able. So as you can see, with Corvus and Proxima, the same thing. So really good high stages, 90 to 94. So yeah, it's really great that we got more supports. Like I said, as you can see, she can be used on multiple floors of World Boss Legend Plus, especially when you get to tier 4, which is really great. All right, so let's go ahead and check out stage 44 of Cole and Ebony Maw. And we are going to use this team up right here with Nick Fury lead, Luna Snow. Like I said, she has a leadership, and White Fox. So let's go ahead and get it going. Alright, so on this one right here, I was using like Scarlet Spider. Like I said, there wasn't that many support characters that we could use for speed, because most of them were used on other stages like Mystique or whatever. So I'm kind of glad we we got more supports. So I'm all about supports and for characters, because I don't like struggling when I don't have to. So the more supports, the better. And there's that. So like I said, Luna Snow with the leadership tag is getting the full buffs from White Fox, which is very nice. And Nick Fury. Nick Fury is also a great support and lead as well, so there's no knocking that. But like I said, once you start using up all your characters for like one team, then you have to have different avenues. So far, looking pretty nice. Okay. Yeah, Luna Snow is pretty much a beast. This could go a little bit faster with most of my builds are not like complete or maxed out by any means, but I do make pretty make my characters decent with what I got. So I'm not gonna claim to be a whale. I'm not a whale, definitely not a whale, but I try to manage what I can do with what I got. So far though, going really well with going really well with White Fox. Even when I had a Scarlet Spider, it wasn't even going this fast. But that's not bad. 218, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So, like I said, once you start using up a whole bunch of your teams, you're going to definitely need supports. Definitely. So, that is really nice to have. White Fox is definitely a great addition to what I got going on, especially with Thanos with the agility floor. Um, this this was the team that I was clearing it with, which Jeff is a really good support as well with the debuff removal, which is okay, but he has this as well, so it applies to superheroes too. He does have a bigger damage reduction, 10%, but the increased damage is only 45. So once you put in White Fox, like I said, with White Fox, she has the 65% increase to all attack, so which is very nice. But also with the uniform, gets an extra all attack, chain hit, and ignore dodge, which gives him a little bit more pop. With Miles, though, if you have Mummy Miles, he's a villain, so he won't be able to take full advantage of the uniform effect. But he still can take advantage of the Kamiho stance. Hold on. With the tier 2 passive, he'll still get a little bit of damage with that one. But if you only have Spider-Verse, then he can take it full advantage of the uniform and the tier 2 passive. So that is up to you. But I can show you a small run with both Mummy Miles and then the Hero Miles. So Mummy Miles is a villain, so he won't be taking advantage of the uniform effect. But we'll run like we'll run him down to when he unlocks King Thanos. So we'll do that. We'll see how fast he can get to that stage. Well, that process. So, all right. So, Mummy Miles is up first. Okay. And then we'll use the Spider-Verse Miles. Okay. Now I only have a Brilliant Judgment on my Miles, so I do not like him with a competition. For me, I don't like that CTP on Miles, but so I make him work with a Judgment just because of the lightning he does have. So if you're wondering what CTP I do have on him, it's a Brilliant Judgment, and it works just fine. So, okay. Thanos hits hard, so. Okay. Once I get to the 24 to 22 bars, that's when you unlock King Thanos. Then we'll stop it there. Then we'll switch over to his hero uniform. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh! Oh, they try to take me out. Alright, so I kind of recovered. Okay. Getting there. That heal is very nice. Definitely needed it. Oh. Yeah, you have to be real slick when fighting Thanos. You got to be careful. I'm talking about careful. Alright, so here we go. Crank out the damage, and there we go. So 244. So that got me to 22 bars. Okay. 22 bars at 244 with Mummy Miles. Alright. And that was with the villain uniform. Now, let's see what he can do. In which I usually use his hero uniform anyway. So, So he's taking he's gonna take full advantage of White Fox now, the uniform and the tier 2 passive. So let's see how fast he can go now. So like I said, 22 bars at 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's see what he got. Okay. Gotta juice up the judgment. Use the same rotation. 3 slot delay, and 2-1, 5-4. Just crank out a little bit more damage. All right, as you can see right there, them bars are flying. Okay. Can't get too caught up with this. Whoops. Okay. Go. All right, this is the one I do not like right here. Okay, I dodged it. Okay. Anybody that says Mile is not that great, then they're sadly mistaken. Okay. Kind of not go slow, but just enough not to get hit. And all right, same. All right, so we got the King Thanos, same bars, 22 bars, but this time a little 7 seconds faster. So this, like I said, Miles is taking full advantage of the White Fox tier 2 passive and the uniform effects. That is 7 seconds faster, which is really great. He could definitely finish this fight. This uniform is, I wouldn't say old. Well, it's old, but like just, I wouldn't just put it out there. You know what I mean? Just like one of the uniforms, like, you really can't use it as much, but this uniform still hits like a truck, as you can see with the buffs and all that he's getting from White Fox. He's dealing damage. So that's really great. You definitely want to dodge that. Definitely. Okay. Definitely want to dodge those. So as you can see, he is just laying lace to Thanos. Laying waste to him. Okay. Want to pop the co-op. Don't want to take any extra damage with that. And you gotta be careful. Boom. Okay, get out of there. Nope. And it is over. So 1:34. So like I said, with the White Fox is perfect. Perfect. With Jeff, like I said, I could clear that with like what, maybe 55 seconds or so. But it's not Jeff is no slouch either, but White Fox though, like I said, I'm glad she got a tier 4, just because really great support. Not mad at it. That extra chain hit and all that stuff does work. Ignore dodge, great. So there you have it. Just a little showcase of White Fox. Definitely can use her in World Boss. Like I said, if you extend all your supports or whatever, she can definitely help with your roster. Like I said, with leadership, we have, which we do have some that I don't have tier 4 either. Supports like Follovel and Riri. But we have like Beta Ray Bill, Mr. Fantastic, Captain America, Crescent. She could definitely help Crescent. Sharon Rogers, Falcon, Luna, Moon Knight, Miles, definitely Ghost Rider, Thor. So there's a lot of characters that she can give buffs to that can help you climb your World Boss Legend Pluses. So there's that. Really great support. Really good for PvE. So there you have it, guys. Let me know what y'all guys think of White Fox. She's out of Seasonal Hell, which is pretty good for free-to-plays, especially if you have spent the crystal to unlock White Fox. So let me know what y'all guys think. Hit me in the comment box down below. Smash that like button and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next video.